What's up, tree family? So, it snowed like 3 inches in Oregon, and nobody can drive over 40 miles an hour on the freeway. It's pretty bad. I'm headed out right now to pick up payment for a bad check. So, as a business owner, I got to deal with this sometimes. I don't have to deal with it personally. I could just sick the attorneys on them, kind of thing. We're a corporation, and we have an attorney that we can ask, hey, send these guys a letter, scare them, make sure they pay. That's not the way to go about this. I want to keep my customer, I want to be nice to them, but I am not going to receive another check. So here in Oregon, if a customer gives me a check that's bad, it can be a misdemeanor for them. It looks like fraud, which is really bad for their credit. On top of it, it has kind of a bad sounding term, theft by deception. So when you think about it, they tried to give you money that wasn't real in exchange for goods or services, and they have a bad check. That's theft by deception. So when it comes to theft by deception, that's something that you definitely don't want to let someone get away with. And I am willing, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think they tried to steal from me. And it's about $3,000, so it's worth it to me to try and figure this out. So I'm going to drive 30 minutes out of my way in the snow, which is no big deal, but around here it's a big deal. I'm going to drive 30 minutes out of my way to meet with this person at their bank and collect the $3,000 that they owe me. Now here's why I'm doing it this way. They offered to use a credit card, and we don't accept credit cards. We only do checking cash. Now we do it that way because I do not want to pay a credit card company anything. I don't care. I have no interest in paying a credit card company anything. So I'm not going to give them 3% of any transactions because they don't deserve that. It's not okay for credit card companies to charge my customer, number one, and then me. So here's why. If I agree as a person who I know does have credit to use a credit card, I agree with the company that's providing it. It's fair for them to charge me a percentage. I think they charge too much, but it's fair that they should charge me a percentage, and I agreed to it. But when I use that credit card with one of the businesses I do business with, they should not also have to pay to process that money. That should be the credit card company's cost all the way around. The fact that they're trying to divvy it onto the businesses is absolutely ridiculous and should never be allowed, and I'm not going to put up with it. So until credit card companies stop charging the businesses that use their cards, I'm not going to use the cards. I don't care. All of the stuff I do, 90% of the business that I do is under $5,000. And if you can't get that figured out, then I'm sorry, but maybe it's not a good time to do the tree work. And that's just kind of how I look at it. So I'm not going to do business with credit card companies as much as I can help it. That might change. I've done business with credit card companies in the past. I don't agree with that, so I don't want to do it. If I can help it, I'm not going to. And I'm just one person, so I doubt it's going to make a difference, but that's just the way we do it. We only accept cash or check. This check bounced. I'm going to go collect because I don't want to lose the customer. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They probably didn't do it on purpose. Maybe they were just trying to transfer funds and didn't figure it out. Something came out more than they expected. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. It happened right before Christmas, so it could have been any number of things. But still, I'm going to be kind to them. I'm going out of my way. Not only did I pay a $30 check charge for a bad check from my bank, now I'm going to travel all the way, a good 30 minutes away, to collect the cash because I'm not going to accept another check. So the first offer was, hey, well, can you take a credit card? No, I don't take credit cards. Can you, and I could take a credit card, but I don't. Could you take another check? Can I send you another check? Now here's where my attorneys jumped in and said, no, do not accept another check because they've already given you a bad one. They cannot be trusted with checks anymore. You know, fool me once. So what we do is we say, well, that doesn't work for us, but we will give you an opportunity to pay in cash. Because what could happen if they don't want to pay? I have a contract. I'll go to the contract. Not only can I make a lien on their property, but I could also make it look very bad for them. Not that I want to. I definitely do not want to. But I did the work. They approved of the work that I finished. They gave me a check. If that check's not good, that is not acceptable. So what I have to do is get my money. So I'm literally willing to drive all the way out of my way on a day. It's going to take me an hour of driving. I'm probably going to have to take 15 minutes meeting with the guy, whatever. I'm willing to do it, and I'm going to be nice about it the whole way because I'm going to consider myself. Is it possible that I could write a bad check? You better believe it. Anything is possible. There isn't a single thing that anybody could do that I couldn't do myself. And considering that, I want to be really gentle, really careful, and I want to represent Christ, number one, above my business even. So when I go here, I'm going to be super thoughtful about the things that could be involving in their life, and you know, they could be lying to me or whatever, but if they're willing to give me the cash, then I'm good with that. I'm willing to take the cash and go. So that's what I'm going to do. I will check back in with you guys. Oh, and why you shouldn't accept another check as a form of payment? Here's the trick. So when they're bad guys, I don't think my customer's a bad guy or girl. But when they are, what they'll do is, oh, well, there was a problem, blah, blah, blah. Will you accept another check? And if you agree to that, you're going to be waiting for that check to arrive in the mail. They may send it that day or they may not send it that day. But they'll probably send another check. But if it bounces again, the whole thing is they're trying to bide some time. And I've had this happen one other time where they were bad people trying to, you know, deceive me and trying to steal from me. So what they do is they give you another check that also bounces. Oh no, so sorry. Oh, the accounts are all screwed up. I don't know what to do. Well, I know what to do. We're going to go down to your bank. We can meet up there so you can feel comfortable. You take out the money and hand it to me, and I'll give you a little receipt that says you paid me. And then I'll be on my way. And going to the bank, you're more likely to get real bills. Let's say they're really bad guys. I don't want them giving me fake bills. They're all over the place right now. There's fake bills everywhere. Thankfully, we have lots of ways to detect fake bills. So we could go into that in another video, but I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't really have much to do with tree work. But this customer kind of exchange when it comes to money is important, and you do have to talk about, you know, the kind of things that can happen. So this is something I'm dealing with, and I will check back in with you. It's not even, I mean, the snow is not bad at all, and people cannot drive in Oregon at all. I don't think they're that bad of drivers to begin with most of the time. But when it's snowy out, it's ridiculous. So I'll check back in soon. You can count it. I'm just going to count it again anyway. Something they make us do.
Okay. That works for me. Alright, Jay, I'll give this to you. I'm going to go grab that piece of paper.
Okay. I swear, nobody can drive in the snow in Oregon. Like, we only got like 2 or 3 inches and there's like a 20 car pileup over here. This is crazy. Like, I don't get it. Like, what is going on, people? Why is there a problem? I do feel bad. I don't know if anybody's hurt or not. Hopefully they're fine. Whatever's going on up here. And it's really going to slow down traffic because everybody wants to stop and look, see what happened, what's going on. Oh, man. Wow, they got like 30 fire trucks. So like every fire truck in town had to respond to this. Crazy. Oh, man. Okay. So when we left off, I just stopped there with, you know, there was a crazy accident. I had to turn the camera around so you guys could see it and deal with the phone calls I had coming in. So real quick, called the customer. We're on our way. It's a little bit later in the day, but the roads are clear now, so no issues with that. A real big deal with these really big trucks. So you've got a big box truck, big dump truck, whatever. You've got a chipper and other things. Plus, you're going to be hauling a lot of weight when you come out of this job. It's really important to think about, even with the best brakes on the market, four-wheel drive, it doesn't matter. If you can't stop, someone might die. And these trucks weigh so much. Once they start sliding, it can be really difficult to get out of a slide. So I always recommend, if there's any ice in the road, if there's any snow, don't risk it. You know, don't go. If it's you know, the roads are clear, the temperature's right, you know, everything's wet, but it's not icy, no problem. I'll get out there, we'll work whatever day. It doesn't matter how snowy it is on the customer's property. As long as the roads are clear, we're good to work. But I don't think it's a good idea to take a chance. And our trucks, you know, my truck that we're going to be using today is a dually, and that gives you a little bit better traction. But with that much weight, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have the weight of a couple trees in the back of that truck, basically, plus the chipper. If the roads are slick, it's too dangerous.